Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Sandra Younger. Welcome to the Thursday 10 a.m. episode of JTV Extra. And I know why you guys are here. You're here for the double delight, right? This is a really cool project, and I think it's easy, but there are a couple of tips and tricks that make the bracelet just really clean on the end. If any of you saw my Instagram post, I showed, the front of the bracelet and the back, and it's just such a great way of making the bracelet. And honestly, once you get a couple of tips and tricks that I'm going to share, it'll be really easy. I think that you could probably make the entire bracelet in 10 minutes. I think I can do it in like 10 minutes or less. But anyway, welcome. If you're new, the way this platform works is that you can ask questions, leave comments down below. And if you want to get any more information on the products that are available, they are on the right-hand side of your screen. You can click on it, get more information, add it to your cart, and then you can just toggle back and watch the rest of the show. And I want to tell you about some of the products that are available on today's show. So that way, if you see something that you like, you can buy it because some of these items are very limited. The first two items that we have our big board and our little board. And let me tell you all about them in case you don't have one. This is the Knotty-Do-It-All. And I tell you guys, this tool, it comes with pins and clips, and you can reconfigure them in so many different ways. And I teach so many different lessons. And let me tell you, it is so easy. Our large board, it features the bead and ring size chart. It has a groove on the top there for patterns. You've got your weld, and those are really handy, especially if you're working with tiny beads. It's got that 90-degree angle, so you can really get your, if you're using a needle, you can really get your bead on there. In the rulers, they come in both centimeters and inches, and it has anti-slip feet, so that way when you're working, your work's not going to move. And let me tell you, this guy is a workhorse. I mean, you can work on 3 or 4 different projects at one time, and they're made with this beautiful hardwood. It's light, it's not hard on the eyes, and this thing is rock solid. It's not going to warp. You don't need to wax it, nothing like that. And you do get a DVD and an ebook, but let me tell you, everything is available online. All the instruction, and there's so many lessons. I mean, there are over 50 or 60 lessons, and I have so many tips and tricks. It's like crazy, just lots of really useful information. So if you like the boho style of jewelry, working with any kind of stringing material, I tell you guys, this is the tool for you. And wait till you see today's lesson. This tool is going to be instrumental in making it just so much faster and easier. In our small board, I don't have a favorite. This one is great for travel, small spaces, and like I've mentioned in the past, you can use it side by side with your big board to make an even larger board. And like I said, you get the DVD, ebook, and everything. You get a password. Everything is available online. And let's see what we have next. Oh, okay, we got the Miyuki thread in nylon. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Let's see, is it? Miyuki size B gold nylon beading thread, and it's a 50-meter spool, and this thread is very, very thin. And what I like about it, aside from the fact it is really thin, it's very shiny. Is that the word? I mean, it almost looks like wire. So I think that is really, really cool. And let's see, next we have these filigree design of focal and chandelier component kit. Honestly, if I had the time this week, I would have made earrings because these would have made perfect earrings. And you get let's see, how many are there? There are 18. Is that 18? You get 18 in total. And they're let's see if it has the size here. I think I measured it. I think they're about a little bit under 2 inches. And let's see, you get, it's 18 total, and those are $29.99. So those are really nice. They make fantastic earrings. And next, I admit I've never used these magnetic clasps, but I have so many ideas in my head that I will use them. But because I like the mechanism, because they're long and they just have a really nice snap. And you can make a 5-strand because these have the 5 holes. So if you're making something tiered, then a clasp like this would be perfect. And plus, it would be so secure. I mean, it's not going to come off. So these are the They're 24 pieces and they're 32 millimeters long. So, they're pretty good size. And these are, let's see, you get, how many do you get? 24, and these are $44.50. So, oh, the next one. Ooh, these are so pretty. These are the tiger eye, which I'm going to be using for today's project. And you get 5 strands for $26.99. That's a really good deal. That's like what, a little over $5 a strand. And right now they're 49% off. That's almost half price because the regular price is $52.99 and the Jewel School price today is $26.99. So that's a really good deal. And they've got, they got the eye, you know what I'm saying? They've got that eye in them because sometimes you can get like a tiger eye and it's not very like, it doesn't have that tiger eye look, but these definitely have it. And these definitely have it. I try to photograph them in such a way so you could see I mean, it's not like they're like all brown, but they really have depth to them. And this is like a diamond shape. So the hole goes from corner to corner, not from like, like in the middle. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I imagine that they would look really interesting in like any kind of a bracelet or necklace. But I had to choose something, so I chose the round beads up for today's project. And these are it's 15 to 15 and a half inches long, and today's price is $32.99. Anyway, those are all the products on today's show. So if you see anything you like, you might want to grab it before it sells out. Anyway, so back to me. Ooh, so we got some I really like those the tiger eye beads. Ever since I first started making jewelry, those were one of the beads I was so attracted to because it's got that that glowy look that kind of puts you in a trance. But anyway, now on to my favorite part of the show, the customer slideshow. And I want to thank everyone who submitted. And if, I know I mentioned this at the end of the show, but I'll mention it again just in case you miss it. The Knotty-Do-It-All at gmail.com. That is my email address, and just make sure and send it to that email. Okay, first up we have Tara, North Carolina. When I saw this bracelet, I thought, this is so creative. Okay, so on one side you have, I know that the beads are on wire, and then you crimped it. And then the other side, it has like the really like cool leather weave pattern. That is so creative. When I saw this, Sarah, I just thought this is like amazing. I have no idea where you get your ideas from, but I made sure and emailed her and told her that she was like phenomenal and she should start doing these shows. But this is really, really like beautiful. And then next we have Susanna Louisville, and this is a ladder stitch. And I have never used the double, like there's square beads that have like 2 holes. And the way it's ladder stitched, it's got the 3 little beads in between. I think that's really nice. And I like the button loop. It looks like you can, like, if you need it longer, you could just move the button to the next loop on the back. So that is really, really cool. And next, Laura Lee, Florida. This necklace, okay, I'll tell you what I think is so cool about it. You've got pearls that are like, I think they're on the spectrum. They're like on the elegant side. And then you have the these I guess they're like African trade beads with the stripes, which I love stripes. They're more like a casual, but I like how they're blended together to give like that, it's elegant, but then it's casual look. And in the detail, the little the wire wrap beads in the front, if you wear it as a necklace, but you could also wear this as a bracelet. Check that out. And these are like the details that I think that make, jewelry. I just love details. That's my thing. The details, details, details. Very, very nice. And then next we have Sarah, North Carolina. Ooh, when I saw this necklace, the first thing I thought of was like a night sky. When you're out away from the city and you look up at the night sky and you see all the beautiful stars. Very, very pretty. And I love green and green and black together are just like spot on perfect. And are these glass beads, Sarah? I couldn't tell, but they're very, very pretty. And then next, Susanna Louisville. Now, I know this lesson was like way back in February. I think it was like the 7th. I'm not sure, but it was it was a macrame that was like, I don't know, you get that spiral look to it. So this one came out really nice. And you know what? I have those beads. I have some cubes that are like that. Very, very nice. And then we have Laura Lee, Florida. Oh, you use the beads from these last week's show? Boy, you got them fast. Or did you already have them? Because that's pretty fast. And once again, look at the little dangle on the end. That looks really pretty. And then this green girl, it's like the hook. So pretty. And I like the silver beads that are macrame in between. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I just got to count the beads because I don't know. I think it's cool. 10. You got 10 on there? These must be smaller than the 10 millimeters because I could not get 10 on a regular bracelet. And then look at it on. I mean, when you wear it and it's got that dangle, it's just, so pretty. Look, it says, I love you on the top there. Well, I love you too, Laura Lee. It's so pretty. Thank you for all the beautiful jewelry you always send in. I really appreciate it. And last we have Susanna, Louisville, the eye bracelet. I love it. Oh my goodness. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on there. And this is last week's lesson, and it looks like you got it. And I like how you put a clasp in the loop, and then the other side's got a loop as well. I bet it looks really cool when it's clasped because you have a loop with beads and then the clasp and then another loop with macrame beads on there. Very, very nice. Well, anyway, that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending your beautiful works of art in. And if you have anything you'd like to send in, my email address is Knotty-Do-It-All@gmail.com. Aren't you guys are just like blow my mind. Just the most amazing, talented group. And you know what? Before I go further, I just want to tell you, like, don't forget about your Brilliant Cash. If it's the anniversary of your first purchase or your birthday, make sure and check that out because you might have $20 just sitting in your account waiting to be used on something. And if you've never purchased anything, you will get a $40 credit towards your next purchase. And I don't know if you guys know about it, Sparkle Ambassador Refer a Friend. You get $25, your friend gets $25, and then returning customers, after 365 days, you get, what was it? What did it say? $30, was it? Yeah, $30. So make sure and just, check your, what's going on in your, your push card or your account to see if you have any credits. Because if you think about it, I mean, like you can get the Tiger Eye, like maybe like for free. I don't know, but if the Tiger Eye is 26 and you've got a $30 credit, I mean, do the math. Anyway, today's project. But before we go on, I just want to tell you guys, everyone that I see here, Robin, Chatty, Gina. I saw that Tess was here, Susanna, Joan, Robin, Danielle. Hey, I saw Adair. Girl, where have you been? I've been like waiting for you. I was like, what happened to Adair? So I'm glad you are with me today because I really miss you. So thank you for joining today's show. And let's see. Oh my goodness, we know that Tess Barr is like the queen of singing. We got Linda, Gina. Guys, I really appreciate you watching. It just makes me happy to see so many people here. Prince. Oh my gosh, Sarah, the talented Sarah. Oh my God, it just goes on and on. And you know what? Also, guys, tomorrow is Lauren's birthday, and I just wanted to wish him a happy birthday. He has his friend John here. Today's, they just got together. Today's John's birthday. Tomorrow's Lauren's birthday. So, if we could just like wish him a happy birthday, I think that would be fantastic because, he is like really the backbone of everything I do. So happy birthday, Lauren. Oh my goodness. Okay, so today's project. Okay, this one, I call it the Double Delight knotted bracelet. And what I really like about it, if you look in the back, see how clean the transition is? So we're just going to get right to it. Okay, what I'm using, okay, is a flat braided cord. See, there it's not like Eslon that's like twisted, or our we carry like a wax jewelry cord that's like two cords that are twisted together. This is like, can you guys see that? Let me like zoom in as close as possible in case you've never seen the difference. See that? It's just not a twisted cord. So what that means is that you can actually, any cord that is not twisted, you do not need a knotting awl like this. You know, one of these guys to do your knots with. You could just do it without it, and it's like really fast. You know, when I say that you could knot up to 100 beads a minute, when I say that, the conditions are you use a braided cord, one that isn't twisted, and that's it. As long as it's not twisted, you can do it leather, cotton, you know, anything. So what I did was I took 3 yards of the wax braided cord, and this is a size 12. And what I did was I put a leadered needle on it. And if you do not know what a leadered needle is, it is like a length of fishing line with a thin needle on the other end. And you know, I just fold the cord in half. And the reason I do this is because more often than not, you know, using, let me see if I have one here. You know, those beading needles that they're kind of long and skinny, and they're like, where is it? I know I have one. I don't know, maybe something like this. But what happens is this part becomes the issue. That's the part that the bead won't fit over. But I tell you guys, your beads have a lot more real estate inside than you know, because I was able to, this looks like really thick, and you think it's not going to fit on your bead, but it does. And you know, what I do because I know that making them can be, kind of be like I don't know, kind of like cumbersome. So what I do is I make a bunch of them all at one time, and I have them on a magnet, but I don't have them tied on the end. I just like leave them untied until I actually need them. I just come over here, grab it, and I make them extra long so that I can use them over and over. I usually use a 4 or a 6 pound fishing line, but in extreme cases, I will use, like for really, really tiny hole beads, I will use what's that? Quilting thread, because quilting thread is extremely thin. So, oh, it's Noelle's birthday. Whoa. Happy birthday, Noelle. Oh my goodness, October 25th. That must be a popular day. So here we go. And what I'm going to do for this, when you start, you need a little tiny bead to go first. And this is I think it's about like a 2.5 millimeter rondelle, and the hole is about 1.25 millimeters. So I'm going to string that one on first. And the reason is this bracelet's going to be kind of made in 2 parts. And then you string on your beads. So I think I did 16. So there's 1. And one nice thing about like the needle, it makes like stringing the beads on a lot easier, because you could just grab like chunks of them. And one thing that I hardly ever do, I don't like I don't even know how to explain it. Take all the beads off the strand and then pick one up at a time. If I'm doing something where they're going to be all the same, I just have my nice straight needle here. I just come over here, just grab a big chunk like this, and just feed all the beads through just like that. See that? It just goes on so much faster. So I'm going to do a 16. And this, the formula that I'm using is going to work for a 16 millimeter bead. And I think that the bracelet ends up 6 to like 7 inches, more or less in there. But the reason I'm using those little rondelles right here, because have you guys ever like made a bracelet or a necklace, and then you use like the beads that are right on the end they're so big and they're awkward. And by using a small bead, what it does is it helps you, the transition's just a lot nicer. Instead of going like that, or the beads like just being awkward, these little tiny rondelles just help, just a real nice transition. So that's like, you need to put one on first. Let me get the bead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 3 more of these. And then, okay, so I'm going to get these strung on. And the next thing, after you string the, let me make sure these are even, because sometimes you need all the, you just don't want to mess up. Tie a knot on this end so your beads don't fall off. Okay. And then, let's see, I'm going to leave, I don't know, probably about, let's go 10 inches. Okay, I'm going to 10 inches here. Actually, that's not going to fall off because I'm going to make a knot here. So I'm just going to make a knot just to secure this side. But the next step is going to be, I mean, you're going to string this side on, but now we need to make a moose knot. Okay, so center your cord just like this. Because the bracelet, the thing is, we need a moose knot, but it's really hard to make, to knot all the beads on one side and then make the moose knot. So what I do is I string all the beads on one first, then make the moose knot, then do the knotting. I think it'll make sense in just 1 second. So let me clip this here, because the part that we're going to make now, so we can attach it, because see right here, there's a moose knot. I am going to take 14 inches of the faux leather, and I'm just going to do a double moose knot, and then I'm going to attach it to the end here. So let's take our 14 inches right there and cut. And if you're not familiar with the moose knot, who does not know what a moose knot is? Let's see, I'm going to look in the comments. I hope everybody knows what a moose knot is. So what you do is you take your cord just like this, and when you bring it around, let me get a peg here. You just twist this around like that. One. Should I do a 2 or 3? You know what? I'm just going to do a 3 just so I could show you how a moose knot looks and how easy it is to make. Okay, so right there. See how beautiful and so easy? It's just like the most, it's so aesthetic. It's probably like, Danielle, I'm new but old. That's funny. See how nice and clean this knot is? It's just so easy to make. So we're going to put this aside. Now we're going to make a moose knot on this end, and we're going to connect them together. So am I confusing anybody? I hope not. Aw, yeah, tomorrow's Lauren's birthday. Oh, happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to feed this in, and now I'm going to tie a moose knot. Let's get that, I think the 3 yards that I use is like way more than you need, but I'm just that way. I always like try to use a little more than I actually need because boy, I do not like running out of thread. And plus, I don't know how often do you start making something and then like halfway through you kind of change your mind, and then you kind of want to go like do something else. So I just left the leader needle on, and I'm just coming in here, and I'm going to come around twice, but you can do 3 times. It really doesn't matter, because I just want to get these 2 attached. So here's the leader needle. I'm going to take this one out and just feed that leader needle in. So basically, you're attaching like two moose knots together, like a moose. I'm going to tighten that down, and then I'm going to kind of scoot this one up. Let's pull. If you pull on one side and nothing happens, then I'll pull on the other. And when you get to like the edge right here, you want to kind of start scooting this other knot down, so that way it's better centered. So let's do it. There's that one. Then you just kind of go back and forth, tightening. And pull pull, tighten, tighten. And then just kind of wiggle it and just make sure they're centered. So there you go. You've got like a moose knot inside a moose knot. So now we're going to start doing the knotting. So okay, when I do my knotting, I have tension or just something. You know, guys can use anything. A brick, a board, a cleat. Some of you that have the bead crochet, oh, I got hair on my face. The bead crochet kit, it has a cleat. A lot of times I will use the cleat, but it just depends. If I'm making like a mala style necklace and I want to work really fast, that's what I use. I just wrap it around that cleat, and then you could just go really, really fast because you get all that tension and you're doing a lot of pulling. So but this one, it's a small project, and I'm just going to use a clip here. And the way I do this is, let me see if you could, is that going to fit? Okay, I'm going to try to make this fit, guys, because I know that I won't. So I just like do it backwards. See, so I flip this over, and the top of the bead is like right at the bend, just like this. And once you just like flip it over like that, you come back this way, and then you just come over here and just tighten. And then you just repeat. You just grab it, or if this makes sense, just go like this. But as long as the bead is like when you flip it, this part is like right at the very top, you just go like that, and then slide the knot back towards you. And then you can like use the next bead to tighten. Or if you prefer, you could just do this and then use this bead and pull it back. And look at that. You cannot get the knot any closer. You can't get your knotting looking any better. I mean, this is the fastest way to do this. So I'm just going to keep going here so I can like show you just, okay, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's see, I can do this in like 1 minute and like 5 seconds. So let's someone get a timer on. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna show you how fast this is. So I'm gonna be like Speedy Gonzalez because I knew that I wanted to make the whole bracelet, during this project. Okay. So, do any of you like do your knotting this way, or do you understand it, or like, does it give you any trouble? I just want to know. Oh, you know what? I messed up. Oh, but you know what? I'll explain how I messed up and how you don't want to mess up just like I did. I forgot to string on my other bead, this one, but I'll do it on the other end. Just keep your eye out for that. I should have done that. You know what? Maybe, actually, I think it's, is it too late? No, you know what? I'm kind of glad that happened, because if it happens to you, you're going to know how to fix the problem. You don't have to okay, I'm glad that happened. So let me just put this here, because I'm going to show you how to fix it. Because I should have done my 16 and then strung on another one of those rondelles. Let's see. Oh my goodness, my bracelets. Yeah, one of them is a stretch bracelet, and then the other one is a pearl. Oh, okay. So let's say this happens to you. You're like, oh, I already put this on, and I forgot to put my my bead here. It's real easy. Just come over here and just cut this one off, the one that the faux leather one, and then this. See this moose knot? Did you guys know that? It just pops right off. Who knew that? You could just pull, as long as you don't have anything in the loop of your moose knot, it'll just come right off. Good. So let's get since we have our leader needle on, let me get the other rondelle. Okay, so there we go. Ah, man, I just don't like when stuff, tested. Oh yeah, I'm like Houdini, right? Yeah, I'm like Houdini. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my last knot on this one, and then this one, and whoop. Okay, good, good, good. Because you know that sometimes if you don't know. Oh, you know what? Oh no, I did mess up. Rats. I forgot. I needed to do today is, guys, today, I don't know what's in the water, but I remember I'm supposed to do the knotting before I do the moose knot. Did you guys, but actually, I'm glad that happened because now I'm going to show you the other fix. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This is terrible. Okay, so if you do this and you take your moose knot off, the other fix is make another one of these. This is insane. This ain't supposed to happen. Get another one of these because that actually happened on this bracelet. See that? This is not a moose knot, which it was supposed to be. And this basically the same thing happened. And I had to resort to the other plan. Okay, so let's make another moose knot. You know what? I'll make a tutorial and put it on my website that shows the way this was actually supposed to be done. Okay, so let's make another one of these. Let's wrap it, and it'll be basically the same. All right, so we're gonna make this is our button loop, and let's tighten that. And we're gonna feed this on to this cord, just like that. Actually, this is a good plan B in case, you mess up. So now what I'm going to do here, since I couldn't do the moose knot, I'm going to come back in here and make a coil knot. Okay, so let's clip this here. And it's kind of the moose, it's interesting because the moose knot and the coil knot, it's really interesting. They almost look the same. It's like if you had like an ending with a coil knot and then one with a moose knot, the difference is that on one of them the knot is completely attached, and the other one, even though it looks exactly the same, the knot is an independent unit. It's just like, it's bizarre, but we're gonna fix that right up. And so let's get this little space in here. All right, and then I'm gonna get my flat wax cord. Where did it go? Do you guys see it? Didn't I just show it to you? Oh yeah, there it is, right here. So anyway, actually, I'm kind of glad this happened because that way, you'll know how to fix this problem in case you have it. So I'm going to come right in here, and I'm going to make a coil knot. So at least I get to illustrate, another knot. So let's see, 1, 2. I'm going to go 3. I'm going to go 3, 4. I'm going to go 4 times around. Okay. See that? So what you do is you feed this end through the eye of the needle just like that, and then you pull it through. And then the other one, you put the needle through, and then you put this end through this way. So see what I did there? So one end goes in one way, the other end. Did I do that right, or did I just? No, didn't. Oops. You know what? I put the same end through twice. Hang on. Did I? I can't even see what I'm doing. I need glasses. Okay, so there. Let's pull it. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tighten this really tight. See that? Nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to string on a gold bead, and then the rest of the tight. Oh, and then let me get those on there, and then I want to talk about that middle section. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Judy. Okay, so I'm glad somebody's paying attention because, I'm like, what am I doing? Okay, so I'm going to put these on. Let's take a look at our bracelet. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiger eye, and then this little section here. However, some of these like have the bail, but you do not need to have. It depends on what you plan on putting. Like this one here, what I did is I put this pendant on, and I did 2 knots, like a knot, and then I slid this on, and then a knot. So there are some variations as to like how to approach this. So this one, I just slid on a pendant, and then this guy, this one's got a bail with I did like a wire wrap bead here. So these are just, let me see what else I got here. Oh, this one's got like a wire wrap pearl. This one is a lot. It seems like most of them have these bails in here with the double bead. Let's see if we have anything unusual and different. I've just got a whole bunch of these. Yeah, I think I was like on the bail binging thing. So that's what I want to show you. So you put on 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 3 more. Oh my God, how much time? Oh, I better speed it up. Okay, so there's 8. And then I'm going to put this. Should I do that one? Has it got the little flower on it? Nope. Let's do the. Guys, I really had to dig because I used up all my bails and I was like desperate. I was like digging in this pile of beads. You guys ever do that? You need that one bead and then you regret ever vacuuming up a bead because you thought, I'm not going to need that one. And then, it's like the worst. Never get rid of anything. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because, man, that one little half strand or quarter strand of beads you get rid of, you're going to need it. It always happens. Okay, so I'm going to do this fast. Now, I put the pendant on last because at this point, because it kind of gets in the way because I have to, like, come back and, like, do the knotting on this side. So I'm going to do the, see, now you got to like flip everything over, see that? And then come back. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let me take if you guys don't have one of these things, these things are fantastic. So it's what it does is it just perfectly. Because sometimes you do, unless you're like very experienced using a lighter, then these thread burners are fantastic. And that's what I'm going to use here because I don't trust the a lighter right now. Let's get this. Tap. Okay, perfect. And I'm going to see if there's a way that I could wiggle this to get it closed a little bit more. Oh, you know what? Probably not. But I want to finish this. So I'm going to like do my speedy knotting here. So I'm going to come in. Remember, just clip the, see how I have the cord like clipped on this side? So I'm just going to come in here and flip it over and just flip the whole thing through just like that. And just make sure it's nice and snug. Isn't this fantastic? Man, guys, I kid you not. If you do not know how to knot this way, you've got to learn it because it is so fast and easy. Especially if you're making malas. I mean, once you get it, I kid you not, you can make a mala in like 10 minutes. Imagine that, making a mala in 10 minutes. Yeah, okay, Susan, no problem. I will do that. Because honestly, I kind of messed up like on my pattern, so I had to go to Plan B. But I'll do this one on my website, not a problem. So we're getting towards the middle here. And when you get to the middle, what I do is I just do the whole entire, let me knot this one. See, I bring the whole thing over this whole set, and then I just knot. And the important thing when you're doing the ones in the middle is to make sure that these holes are small enough that, you know, see that it doesn't go over. I mean, that's like the most important thing. Okay, so we got 20 minutes left. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, you know what? This is definitely very like therapeutic. Maybe that's why they I don't know. Where do they make, you guys that know about like mala beads, like, or rosaries? Yeah. Is it more therapeutic to make them, or is it more therapeutic to just pray? Because I find it it's very therapeutic for me to just like, whoops. That's one problem when you're doing this knotting. It just ooh, I have everything except the board, girl, and only 2 hands. Yeah, and the board is especially like useful. Oh my God, for like the tiered, the multi-strand. I mean, just sometimes you'll need just like a little bit of board, and then sometimes you'll need a lot of board, if that makes sense. So let me get this one. Okay, thank you, Shelley. Okay, so let me get my rondelle on here, and then we'll put the button. Ooh, Gina, that specializes in rosaries. Oh, that's so cool, Gina. That is really cool. Okay, so now I'm going to get this one. I'm going to flip it. I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to tighten, and then if you ever get like a knot like that, see that? It's kind of like didn't like tie right. Just separate these 2 strings out, and then pull this one, and then that one, and then see, it will tighten. See that? And we're going to do our last bead. We're going to flip it over. And this one's a little strange. Okay. And since you don't have a bead on this last one to tighten, what you can do is just separate these cords out and just go like this. Boom, boom. And one of these days, I'm going to teach you guys how to do this other knotting technique that's very similar to this, but it's a little bit different, where you, I don't know, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Okay, so here we have it. And if this, see how this looks like one side's longer than the other? That's because if you just pull these, because you have to like pull on this to tighten them a little bit, they'll even out. And ideally, you want this side to be just a little bit longer, so that way when you put it on, it's like, you know, you have one side, and then you have the one with the pendant just a little tiny bit longer. So let's see if we got that. Yep, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to put the button on. Okay, and when I put the button, I like to transition over to a thin 0.5 wax jewelry cord, because the wax, it's so thin, and when you're doing like a macrame binding knot, the thinner the cord, the better, because that's more points of contact. I mean, try it sometime. Use a 0.9 to make a binding knot, and then use the 0.5, and you're going to see that the one that you made with the 0.5 is a lot stronger. So I'm going to be using the dark brown, because I'm using, actually, what color am I using? Actually, I'm using black. I should have gotten black, but I'm going to use the, do I have the black around here? No. But just 0.5. That's what the color that you want. Okay, so I'm going to take about 16 inches, and I'm going to give it a good stretch. because this stuff like stretches. Okay. So now, God, that part in there, let's see, can I get that a little bit tighter? Oh, you know what? I think I can. Let's see. Ah, there, that's what I wanted. I wanted that loop to be closed. So there we go. Okay, so now, I don't know if I'll have trouble with this button, but I had trouble with another button, and I came up with a hack, guys. A hack. So let's check it out. Okay, so I'm going to cut. No, yes, that's right. I did that right. Okay, so where's the button? Okay, so I'm going to feed these two through the button, just like that. Okay. And now we want to get these even. And then, okay, so we need to fold it just a little tiny bit, right about, I would say about 1/3 of an inch. Not, I think a half's too much. I think one's too, right about there. So that's about 1/3 right there. So I'm going to come in. Actually, for this one, I don't need the hack, but if we have time, I want to finish this first. If we have time towards the end of the show, I will show you the cool hack. So I'm going to clip this here, and I'm going to take my wax jewelry cord. See that? I'm using it to like hold everything. So I'm going to zoom. Let me zoom in. Let's see if I can get this in here. And then right in here, I'm going to do a really tight macrame binding knot. So let's see, where did I lost my scrap. Do you guys ever lose your scraps? Oh, is that it? No, I'll just get another one. Yeah, okay, stretch it out. And then right in here, I'm gonna come in here and it's just like regular, whoops. Can you guys see that? Okay, right there. This is like regular macrame. And what makes this quote unquote a binding knot is that number one, you're doing it really, see my fingers? I mean, I am like tightening this thing. It's very, very tight, and it's on wax cord. I mean, that is the key to making this work. It's got to be waxed. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but if it's not waxed, then I don't know, wax it, because I make these exclusively with wax cord. So you just come in and just do this like as tight as you possibly can. Let's get that nice and tight. Like just pull it. And if you want like what I call security, like, or insurance, just turn this over like this. And then macrame back towards you. That'll just make it like a lot stronger. So let's do a couple of those. There's a top, a bottom, and a top. Okay, so nice and tight, perfect. And we're gonna come in here and make our little melt balls. Tap it down and then do the same thing on this side. Tap, tap. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, so now we have to trim these off. And since this is, let me see, should we melt those? Probably, yeah, I'm gonna do like a little tiny, tiny, tiny melt spots. So I'm gonna cut that part off. And then right in here, let me zoom out. Right there, those little threads right there, I am going to very carefully just kind of clean them up a little bit. Tap, just tap it down, roll, whew, a little bit, and then there, you've got that little macrame thing. Now, we have just a couple of more things to do. The slider knot on this. Okay, and I know a lot of you know how to do this because I've seen it in the work you've submitted, but if you don't know, how to make that slidey knot. I'm going to show you like the tips and tricks of how to do this. Okay, so I am going to hold this. I'm going to hold this like that, put this one here, and I am going to make a coil knot. So I'm going to take my faux leather, probably like maybe 5 or 6 inches. I'm going to take 6 inches. And I'm going to come in here and make a 4, 3, 4. Okay, I'm going to wrap 4 times around. I'm going to kind of even it out. Okay, so I'm going to, see how I'm pushing it up with my finger? So voila. See, it keeps that little, can you see that tunnel in there? No, you can't because I can't get it focused. But you can, you just feed one in one way and then this guy goes in the other way. And this is very much like oh, it's exactly like the knot that I did to fix my mess up. So, and then you just come in here. Thank you, Robin. 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So tighten it down, nice and snug. And one thing that's really important, I've done this, where I slide this thing all the way to the end, and then I end up cutting off the wrong thing. So just for insurance, put a knot on here, just to let you know that's the one that's going to get cut off. So what I do is I move this all the way to the very end, because since we need to melt these things into little balls, it's gonna nick this part, and you don't want it like on the part that's gonna ultimately be the bracelet. So what it does is you get the kink here, but we're gonna cut it off anyway, which you'll see in just a second. Okay, let's cut here, and I'm gonna take a lighter this time. Okay, let's make a nice ball. And this one, do not tap this one down, because if you tap it down, it's not going to hold right. See that? Is it focusing? No. Is it? Can you guys see what I'm doing? Whoop, there we go. Okay, let it cool off and then do the same thing to the other side. Let's get this one. If I don't have time, guys, during this show to show you my cool button tip, I'll when I make the video and put it on my website, I'll include it. Okay, very carefully blow and just be patient. Patience. Blow. Cool. Okay. I think it's done. There have been some times where I thought it was like completely cooled, and then I touch it and then it gets like all deformed. So now it's going to be like hard to move down. So you're going to come and take a pair of like pliers. You're going to hold it down tight and then boom. See how these sides got like melted from your melt spots, but no worries because they're going to get cut off anyway. So what we do is now we need to make what I call the stopper knots. So get your button and you want it just enough to get the button through, because you know you don't want all this like stuff hanging, because I don't like bracelets that have more stuff hanging off the ends than necessary, like on this end part. So right there, that's plenty. So I'm going to put an overhand knot on this side, just like that. And you could take a knotting awl. Ooh, 6 minutes. Dun, 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 dun. I think we're going to make good time. And then on this side, you make another overhand knot. And then what I like to do is on the ends of these, I like to put like, oh, a fancy bead. Okay, let's see what we got here. What do we have? You know, actually, there were some beads from last week's show that I thought would look good. You know, let's see what we got. Are these? No, I think those are too big. But like, maybe this one. Let's see what we got here. I think maybe, I think those are too small. But you get the idea. You could put some decorative bead. Do I have do you see anything here, guys, that I can put on the end? I could put pearls. Would a pearl get? Nah, pearl wouldn't look good. Let me see what I put on this one. On this one, I put like these were, what kind of beads were these? What do you guys call? They're glass. Let's see. Well, let's just pretend like they have like a bead. But you know what? It kind of bugs me. Oh well, we're just gonna pretend. Because you know, another thing you can do is put another knot and then do like a fluffer. Let's do fluffers. Let's do fluffers. So let's get this on here and just like tie this one just like that. Because that is another option. You could do fluffers. All right. So there we go. And you might want to put a little bit of glue in this. Oh, I like to do the fluffers. So you cut this part here. That's one nice thing about the faux leather. And then you just come in like with I use a knotting awl, and I just like to like fluff the ends up. So let's come in here. That looks good. Fluff, fluff, fluff. So I guess what I'm trying to say, there's so many ways you can do this. Oh my gosh. The last thing, ta-ta. I'm gonna use this. Look how glowy it is. God, this thing is like, woo, it's glowy. That's like my thought. This is gonna go good with the tiger eye. So I'm gonna take a jump ring. And this, I'm using sterling silver, but I mean, you know, you don't have to use, you could use anything. So, you know, because I teach, you know, technique, and you know, you could use any materials. I'm not going to judge you if you want to use like plastic or wood or whatever. Oh, okay, right there. Ooh, pretty, pretty. I'm so excited to get this on. And then you just come in and make sure that we got that. Yes. Alrighty. Ooh, look at that. Let's try it on. Okay, let's clean it up, move it over. I like this bracelet. Kathy from in Houston. Where is Kathy? Kathy has not been here lately. We miss Kathy. Okay, so let's get it on. Ooh, nice and chunky. All right, hold this. Let's get this on. Let's get it buttoned. I want to get this. How much time do I have? I got 3 minutes. I can do this. Okay, got the button. I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to slide that loop closed. Ooh, perfect. Look at that. Isn't that so? Oh, I love it. Isn't that just so cool? Look, it's got a nice, like, clean transition. It does everything I wanted it to do. It's a little bit longer in the front. It's got this big, great big, like, oh my God. I am going to attract attention today, guys. Look at that. It's like so glowy. And I actually made this one. And what I did to give it that extra glow, this is really weird. I put, before I set the stone, I put you could buy like silver and gold. What do they call it? Like they use like for gilding. I don't know. But I thought I wanted to get that extra like pizzazz. So what do you guys think? Do you like that? Did you like this lesson? Do you have any questions? But you know what? I know that since I did kind of sort of mess up a little bit, I will make a full-on lesson and put it under naughty lessons. And if you have any like questions about the bracelet, then you know just ask away. And this one was made with 6mm beads. They are it's item JLW 11370, and they are actually at a really good price. They're let's see, you get like the yellow. It came with a bunch of like, that was the yellow. It had this color. Let me see, what the purple, green. So, I mean, like I said, they're like $5 or $6. Okay, who asked about my hair? Ooh, did you cut your hair? I did. It's like I chopped it off. I cut off like 14 inches because I just got tired of it. So, and then I just like decided I was going to curl my hair for you guys today. Anyway, I think, oh my God, guys, it is time to go. I am over my time limit. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.